Money. Something we touch every day, spend without thinking, and chase for most of our lives. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself a simple question? Where does money actually come from? The journey of making money begins with creating specialized paper that is completely different from regular paper. Workers start by cleaning and processing raw cotton to remove impurities. The cotton is then beaten and mixed with water to create a thick pulp. This pulp flows onto large screens where it forms sheets. During this stage, security threads are carefully inserted into the wet paper. These are thin metallic or polyester strips that run through the note. Watermarks are created by using a dandy roll, which is a cylinder with raised patterns that presses into the wet paper, making some areas thinner. When you hold the note to light, these thinner areas appear as images or text. The paper also contains tiny colored fibers randomly distributed throughout. After formation, the sheets pass through heavy rollers that press and smooth them. The paper is then dried in large heated chambers. Chemical treatments are applied to make the paper water-resistant and durable. Quality inspectors examine every sheet under special lights to ensure watermarks are clear and security threads are properly positioned. Rejected sheets are immediately destroyed. The approved paper is cut into large sheets of specific dimensions and stored in secure vaults until needed for printing. Once the paper is ready, the actual printing process requires metal plates with the currency design engraved on them. Master engravers work in secure facilities creating these plates by hand. They use fine cutting tools called burins to carve intricate designs into polished steel plates. After hand engraving, the plate goes through a hardening process where it is heat treated to make it extremely tough and wear resistant. From this master, multiple working plates are created through an electroplating process. The master plate is placed in a chemical bath with electric current, which deposits layers of metal onto its surface. This creates an exact negative copy. These working plates are what actually get mounted on the printing presses. Each plate is numbered and tracked carefully to prevent theft or unauthorized use. The first major printing operation is intaglio printing, which gives currency its distinctive raised texture. The engraved steel plates are mounted onto massive printing presses. Special ink is prepared with unique formulations that include specific pigments and ingredients known only to authorized suppliers. This ink is thicker than regular printing ink. The plate is covered with this ink, which fills all the tiny engraved lines and grooves. A wiper blade then scrapes across the plate's surface, removing excess ink, but leaving ink trapped in the recessed areas. Sheets of currency paper are fed into the press one at a time. The press applies enormous pressure, sometimes exceeding 15 tons, pressing the paper deep into the engraved plate. This pressure forces the paper into the grooves, pulling out the ink. When the paper is pulled away, the ink sits on top of the paper surface, creating a raised effect you can feel with your fingertips. This is why genuine currency has a distinct texture. The press operator constantly monitors the process, checking that each impression is clear and properly aligned. After printing, the sheets move on conveyor belts through drying units where hot air or ultraviolet light sets the ink. Inspectors examine samples from each batch under magnification to ensure the quality meets exact standards. After intaglio printing dries, the sheets go through offset printing presses to add background colors and additional design elements. Offset printing uses smooth aluminum plates with the design chemically etched onto the surface. The plate is dampened with water, then rolled with ink. The ink only sticks to the design areas because of the chemical treatment. The ink transfers from the plate to a rubber blanket cylinder, and then from the blanket to the paper. This indirect transfer is why it is called offset printing. Multiple colors are applied in separate passes, each requiring perfect alignment with previous layers. The press operators use registration marks to ensure each color prints in exactly the right position. Background patterns, intricate geometric designs, and color gradients are all added during this stage. Some presses can apply 4 or 5 colors simultaneously. Rainbow printing creates gradual color transitions across the note, by placing different colored inks next to each other on the same plate. As the rollers turn, the colors blend at their edges, creating smooth transitions impossible to replicate with standard printers. After each color application, the sheets pass through drying units. The entire offset printing process might take the sheets through 3 or 4 different presses before completion. Each currency note must have a unique serial number for tracking and authentication. Specialized numbering machines print these using letterpress technology. The machine has rotating numbering wheels that automatically advance after each impression. As sheets pass through, each note receives its sequential number printed in a specific location. The serial numbers use special ink that may have magnetic or infrared properties readable by currency counting machines. Along with serial numbers, additional elements like seals and signatures are often printed at this stage. After numbering, the large sheets containing multiple notes move to the inspection area. Here, both automated machines and human inspectors examine every sheet under various lighting conditions, including normal light, ultraviolet light, and infrared. Cameras connected to computers scan for printing defects, color variations, misalignments, or any other issues. Sheets with errors are pulled from the line and destroyed. Approved sheets proceed to the cutting area where precision guillotine cutters slice the large sheets into individual notes. The cutting must be extremely accurate, so each note is exactly the right size. The individual notes are then counted by high-speed counting machines and bundled into stacks of 100. These stacks are wrapped with paper bands and packed into larger bundles. Everything is counted multiple times and recorded in computer systems that track every single note produced. Modern currency includes numerous sophisticated security features applied during or after printing. Optically variable ink is applied to specific areas, usually denomination numbers. This special ink contains microscopic flakes that reflect light differently depending on the viewing angle, making the printed element appear to change color when you tilt the note. Holographic foil strips or patches are applied using hot stamping machines. A roll of holographic foil is heated and pressed onto the note surface with a metal die. The heat and pressure cause the foil to adhere permanently to the paper while the backing film peels away. These holograms display three-dimensional images, patterns that move, or color shifts. Each security feature adds complexity and cost, but makes counterfeiting exponentially more difficult. Throughout the entire production process, quality control is paramount. Samples are pulled from every stage and subjected to rigorous testing. In quality control laboratories, technicians use microscopes to examine printing detail, ensuring every line is crisp and clear. Spectrophotometers measure color accuracy, comparing printed samples against master standards. The instruments detect even minute color variations invisible to the human eye. Durability testing involves putting sample notes through thousands of folding cycles in machines that simulate years of use. The notes are also tested for resistance to water, chemicals, and abrasion. Security feature functionality is verified using specialized equipment. Ultraviolet lamps check fluorescent elements. Infrared cameras verify infrared marks, and devices measure the magnetic properties of inks. Watermarks and security threads are examined under transmitted light. Every batch receives a certification only after passing all tests. Records are maintained for each production run, documenting every specification and test result. This documentation creates an audit trail for every note produced. If counterfeit notes appear in circulation, authorities can analyze them and compare them against production records to identify weaknesses or determine if genuine materials were stolen. After passing the final inspection, the finished currency notes are prepared for distribution. High-speed counting machines verify the count of each bundle, and notes are organized by denomination and serial number ranges. The bundles are wrapped in protective plastic and packed into secure containers or shrink-wrapped onto pallets. Every container is sealed with tamper-evident seals and labeled with detailed information about contents, including denomination, quantity, serial number ranges, and production date. The packed currency moves into high-security vaults within the printing facility. These vaults have multiple layers of security, including reinforced walls, time delay locks, and continuous video surveillance. Access is strictly controlled with multiple authorization levels required. When a central bank requests currency, specific quantities are prepared for shipment. Armored vehicles transport the money under armed guard from the printing facility to central bank vaults. From there, the central bank distributes currency to commercial banks based on demand. Throughout this entire chain, every note is tracked by serial number, and detailed records show which notes went where and when. If notes are damaged or worn out after circulation, they are returned to the central bank, verified, and destroyed in industrial shredders and incinerators, with the destruction process also carefully documented and witnessed.